Nighty Night destroyed my life. For the past 5 years, it's just been Ian and me. My wife Ellen's pregnancy had been a miracle, considering the doctors had told her she'd never conceive. Despite the complications, she remained optimistic, and when Ian finally arrived, it felt like everything had changed. But within an hour of his birth, I lost Ellen due to complications during labor. In the weeks that followed, I became a single parent, juggling work and long nights at the hospital with our tiny baby. Ian was everything we had hoped for, loving and energetic, but he also had a vivid imagination. That's why I didn't take his claims of a nighttime visitor seriously at first. Our evening routine was solid: dinner, playtime, bath, and bedtime. But one night, while I was catching up on work, Ian called out to me. His panic pierced through my irritation. I rushed upstairs to find him in tears, clutching his leg where I saw fresh scratches. "Nighty Night hurt me," he sobbed. Confused and concerned, I reassured him and treated his wounds. I thought he had scratched himself in his sleep. But when he refused to sleep in his bedroom, we ended up on the couch, him curled up against me, and I figured it was just a phase. The next day, we went to the park and had a great time. But when I put him to bed later, his scream shattered the calm. I bolted upstairs to find him sitting on the floor, bleeding from deeper cuts on his back. Panic surged through me as I rushed him to the hospital, terrified that something sinister was happening. At the ER, while doctors treated Ian, I was interrogated by a social worker. They thought I had hurt him. I was furious and frightened, but I had to cooperate. I couldn't risk losing him. When the social worker suggested he stay overnight for observation, I felt my world shatter. I went home, desperate to figure out what had happened. I searched Ian's room for answers, but found nothing. Exhausted, I leaned against the wall when I saw it. A tall, thin creature in the corner, grinning at me. "Nighty Night," it rasped. I blinked, and it was gone. I stumbled downstairs, feeling sick. That night, I heard knocking. It was a police officer sent to inspect Ian's room. He found blood streaks on the safety rail, which led to a theory that Ian had scratched himself. I felt a wave of relief wash over me. It meant I could bring Ian home. When I finally saw him, he ran into my arms. It was a bittersweet reunion, but life had to go on. I sold our house, wanting to escape the memories. But as we settled into a hotel, I couldn't shake the feeling that something was still lurking around us. One night, as I dozed off in a chair while watching Ian sleep, I heard it again. "Nighty Night." Panic surged through me. I packed our things quickly, determined to get us away from whatever this was. I wouldn't let Ian face it alone. We were going to be safe, no matter what it took.